What was your view on the final Eki shot?
Well, you know, it looked like it was going to be a pick and pop, and Abrams turned the ball screen down. We were getting ready to switch it, and when Abrams went the one way, White froze for a second, and it did get back. Didn't get back to him. I mean, he contested pretty hard. Kid made a tough shot. You got to give it to the kid, but you can't get the shot off there. You can't separate. You got to make Abrams make it tough too.
What was the hope with the 0.5 seconds left from wrong end of the court?
Well, we were running shooters to the line. We obviously needed 3. My quarterback throwing it, he threw it a little low. He rolled left and came back to try to create the space he needed. And he was trying to throw it on a rope, I think, figuring that he had to deliver the pass. He threw it too high, it might get deflected. Well, it got deflected because it was too low, but you can't blame Zach for that one.
Did you feel, Coach, after the start of the game that they pretty much had control, hard for you to get control of the tempo of that game, especially when you fell behind early?
I don't know about that. I mean, I obviously wasn't pleased with the start of the game. What did we down, 20-5, something like that? That it's really hard, from that point forward. And yeah, we got the lead a couple times, but it just changes everything.
The start, I mean, obviously that's a big hole. Within that, or within the whole 40 minutes, where was this game lost?
I think it was lost there. You're in a situation where you're at home. You can't get down 20-5. We played unbelievable defense, Mike, from that point to the end of the half. That was as good a defense as we've played, but that was the only good defense we played. If you really analyze it, the start of the game we were not good, and in the second half we were not good. So, we essentially have a 20-point run on them because we're going from down 15 up 5. But it changes everything. We never were able to get any separation because we were constantly working. And and then we did a pretty good job turning the ball over. We only had 8, but a couple late were very costly.
How do you account for that this late in the season?
What?
The defense.
I think a couple things. It's fatigue a little bit. I think we're a little bit fragile. I think that's safe to say. When you're playing from behind and you're playing in a tight game, a lot of times you stick with a lineup, you stick with guys maybe a little longer because you need them on offense. Whereas you'd much rather get a fresher set of legs out there, but you don't do that. We're riding. I got Marble and White for a brief period in the second half, and rode those guys. Same with Mike. Same with Josh. I mean, those were the guys I was going down the stretch with, and Gabe and Woody were going back and forth. Because those were the guys that I thought gave us the best chance to win tonight.
And you got only 8 points out of Dev. I know in the first half he had foul trouble he was dealing with, but what was Illinois doing defensively that allowed them to do that?
They weren't doing anything that they haven't done recently. I mean, they're in. They're switching and they're in. So you got to hit some threes, and you got to be able to mix it up with driving kicks and post feed kickouts, and we didn't get a ton in the post. Woody had some buckets. Wasabi had a couple, but we didn't get a lot going on in there. We got White fouled a couple times. So it wasn't anything special other than they were keeping everybody kind of in front of him, take away his penetration.
Coach, did you say anything special to your seniors after on senior night in a tough loss like this?
No.
Anything else?
What would it take for this to be a successful season in your mind?
Just trying to keep winning. I think we've done a lot of things so far this season. Very pleased with a lot of things that we've done. But it's a long journey, and you have You have great points, and you have mediocre points, and you have areas where you go in the other direction, and you just got to keep working. As a staff, we'll keep working, and the players will keep working. We got character in that locker room. We'll be fine.
Coach, do you think you're in the tournament, or do you think?
I don't know.
Fran,
I'm not Joe Lenardi.
Egwu sat for 12 minutes in the first half after a little foul trouble, I guess. Played all throughout the second half. Do you follow that strategy of taking the guy out after 2 fouls as well?
I do.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yep.